Watching a massive 40-foot shipping container filled with your family's custom furniture, personal art collection and an entire life's belongings arrive at the port of Oslo, fully expecting you to be seamlessly transported to your newly based villa, only to receive a formal notice from Norwegian Customs holding your possessions hostage and legally demanding a devastating 25% value-added tax on the total value of everything you own, will instantly plunge your family into an absolute logistical nightmare. Welcome to Norway Perspectives. I'm Erik Christensen from the NLS Norway Relocation Group. Today we are exposing the devastating household import trap governed by the fiercely strict regulations of Tolletaten or Norwegian Customs, and why importing your global assumptions about cross-border moving logistics into Norway can trigger a catastrophic financial hostage situation. For highly successful expatriates arriving from major global economies, moving your physical life is usually viewed as a simple, albeit expensive, logistical exercise. If you are moving between states in the US or transferring from Paris to Berlin within the European Union, the movement of your personal goods is virtually invisible to the government. You hire a premium international freight forwarder. They pack your boxes, put them on a ship or a truck, and unpack them at your new destination. You naturally assume that moving your family's estate to Oslo will operate with the same frictionless, borderless ease. Norway operates under a drastically different, hyper-vigilant customs framework. The massive logistical shock triggers violently because while Norway is part of the European Economic Area, EEA, it is not a member of the EU Customs Union. Every single item crossing the Norwegian border is strictly subject to customs clearance and a blanket 25% import VAT, in Norwegian merverdiavgift or MVA. There is, of course, a legal exemption for expats moving to Norway, known as the Flyttegods or Relocation Goods Declaration. This allows you to import your used personal belongings tax-free. However, the devastating reality hits foreign executives because the Flyttegods exemption is not automatically granted. It is a strict legal privilege governed by an absolute, unforgiving timeline. The primary trap is the arrival synchronization catch-22. To legally claim the tax-free exemption on your shipping container, you must be physically and officially registered as a resident of Norway before the goods clear customs in Norway. If your international moving company is highly efficient and your container arrives at the port of Oslo on a Tuesday, but your family's flight does not land until Friday, or your mandatory police registration appointment isn't until the following week, you are in a catastrophic violation of the timeline. Because you are not yet a legally registered resident when the ship docks, Tolletaten treats your container as an unauthorized commercial import. they will immediately deny the exemption and slap a 25% tax on the estimated replacement value of your entire life's possessions. The nightmare rapidly escalates while you try to fight this bureaucratic ruling. Your container cannot leave the port until the dispute is settled. The port of Oslo will begin charging you massive daily demurrage and storage fees, often thousands of kroner per day. Meanwhile, your family is sleeping on air mattress in an empty luxury home. Furthermore, the customs inspection is ruthless regarding new items and restricted goods. If you purchased a brand new $15,000 designer sofa for your new Norwegian home and shipped it in the original package, it does not qualify as used household goods and will be fully taxed. And if you attempt to include your private luxury wine collection in the container without applying for highly complex specialized alcohol import permits from the Norwegian Directorate of Health months in advance, customs will either confiscate the collection entirely or tax it at a rate that far exceeds the value of the wine itself. Navigating this hyper-rigid, heavily taxed border ecosystem requires absolute strategic dominance long before the first box is ever taped shut. It requires understanding that shipping your life across the ocean is not just a freight exercise. It's a highly sensitive legal compliance event. This is exactly why dedicated international move coordination is an absolute necessity, not a luxury. A successful relocation bypasses this customs trap entirely by treating your shipping manifest as a legal document. It requires aggressively synchronizing your freight's arrival timeline with your immigration appointments, auditing your packing list to isolate taxable new purchases, and legally shielding your high-value restricted items before the ship ever leaves your home country. A successful international assignment relies on protecting your physical assets just as much as your corporate career. Do not let a mismanaged shipping timeline trigger a massive tax bill that leaves your family's possessions trapped in a port. Visit our website at NLS norwayrelocation.no, NLS norwayrelocation.no, to learn more about how to navigate the complex Norway import matrix and how we can help you together with our legal and tax partners. And I will see you in the next episode.